Hello and welcome to this Ulster Club Intermediate Football Championship match here at Healy Park on Sunday the 29th of October 2017. History in the making here at Healy Park today as the Moy takes on Carrickmacross of Monaghan in the first round of Ulster. The referee has just threw the ball in here, and I'm joined today again here on a fine sunny day at Healy Park by Philly McQuaid. Philly, how does this feel, having won the Tyrone Championship today? We're in Ulster, it's our first big experience. I'll just bring you in a second, Philly, as the Moy's opening with the attack here. They've had a shot blocked down, but this looks threatening already. But the ball has went for 45. So Philly, Ulster Championship Day in Healy Park. What an occasion for the Moy again.
Yeah, I suppose winning Tyrone was the big target this year, and now they've got that off their backs now. The pressure's really on Ulster now. You know, there's a bit of relief to get over the line against Carrickmacross, and now we're back in Ulster here, and the pressure's on, and something we haven't really experienced. So it's a big occasion here in Omagh today.
Absolutely. What an occasion it is. Our first time to be playing in Healy Park this year, even though it's our county ground. Of course, we played in Carrickmore 3 times throughout our Tyrone Championship run, and Eden Dark once. So, our first experience in Healy Park, let's hope it's a good one. As Ewan Deaney steps up to take the opening 45. That long stride of Ewan's, here he comes. He's driven it well. It's looking good, but it's just drifted to the left and wide. Fine effort by Ewan, but after 1 minute of play here, Moy has shot their opening wide. So Carrickmacross now, a very, very strong Carrickmacross team. We can't underestimate this team today. Just to let you know, this Carrickmacross team absolutely cruised through Monaghan's Intermediate Championship. They're probably better known as a senior outfit, but they were relegated to intermediate grade, but have just bounced straight back up into senior grade. And I can tell you that their average scoring this year in the Monaghan Championship, well, they were hitting an average of 3 goals and 15 points. That tells you something about how strong a team the Moy's facing today. The bookies have made Carrickmacross firm favourites. But, well, the Moy's been defying the odds throughout Tyrone this year, so let's hope that continues today again. Let's see. As Carrickmacross now launching their first meaningful attack, it's Kevin O'Hanlon. With quite a few O'Hanlons in this forward line, and there's a real tricky customer there. Look at the speed of Peter O'Hanlon there. He's a danger man as well, as Carrickmacross take that opening shot, and that's looking good. Yes, what a strike that was. And as you can hear, the Carrickmacross team applauding that in the Healy Park stand. So the favourites have got off to a good start, fella.
Yeah, that's quite a nice point there under pressure from the Moy defence, but Carrickmacross offering a serious threat going forward here, and as you said, them score lines have been producing all year, so the Moy need to be really tight at the back.
Tight at the back, yes. That was Tommy McNichol, our full back, just taking a bit of a knock there. Got up very gingerly. Takes something to keep Tommy down, but just whatever way he collided there, going for that early attack though. He's pushed himself up, but it's Carrickmacross has won the ball at midfield here again, and as they launch their second attack, this is a formidable outfit. The Moy is really going to have to be on top of their game to get anything out of this one today. Oh, and they're coming straight through his arm. And a shot him brilliantly blocked, but the referee has awarded a free there. And again, the Carrickmacross supporters applaud that one. And this looks like possibly point number 2 in the very early stages. So, an ominous enough opening here by the Monaghan outfit, Philly. They're playing away from home, but they've settled quickest.
Yeah, they've settled well, and I suppose they have a good few experienced characters on the field there too, and Stephen Golgi's stepping up to take this here, and shouldn't be a problem from his position.
So Golgi with the strike, and yes, there's point number 2 just in the 4th minute of the game. Golgi will be one of the more familiar men on this Carrickmacross team, having of course played many times for the Monaghan County Senior Football team. So that's 2 points to no score. Well, we knew before throwing we were going to be in for a real tough match here today, and Carrickmacross has let us know in the very early stages that this is going to be a big ask. But Emmett Rafferty has won the ball at midfield for the Moy. We just need a point, hopefully to settle us down fairly quick. As Colm Kavanagh wins this ball now. Forces, yes, the referee has a hand up, but playing advantage here as Colm plays that ball in. Looking for brother Sean, I think. Yeah, that Sean has come roving out from his full forward line now to win that, and he's won the free. So maybe this is an early opportunity, certainly not an easy kick again, but well, he's some 35 metres out here at an angle, and Sean will take this himself. So hopefully this will be the Moy's first score, our first foray ever in the history of our club in Ulster football. And let's hope it's one to remember as well. We're certainly in bonus territory, of course, having won a Tough Tyrone Championship. As Sean steps up now with this long range free. And has he got it? No, he's just hit it to the right and wide this time. So after 5 minutes, there you have it. The scoreboard at Healy Park reads on white, no score. Carrickmacross 2 points. So we were slow to get a score in the Tyrone final, you'll remember, against Derrylaughan. And it looks as if we're going to be waiting a wee while here just for our opening score at the minute. Oh, and there's a free catch around midfield for Carrickmacross. Big towering midfield partnership of Aaron Lynch and Niall Lockman there for Carrickmacross at midfield today. Good tackling that time now for the Moy to win that back. Mark Gribben did well. Ewan Deeney also providing plenty of support there, and that's much better pressure from the Moy. That raises a bit of a cheer among the big Moy contingent here today again. Plenty of flags and banners and on the way up from the Moy to Omagh, or County Town, and there's certainly a huge buzz again. And we're certainly in unknown territory, Philly. We just don't know what to expect. You know, when you're meeting teams from other counties, we've known the Tyrone teams so well. We know them inside out. The Derrylaughlins, the Gorchins, the Cookstowns, this world. Once you come up against teams like, you know, from Monaghan and that, it really is unknown territory. You just don't know what to expect.
Yeah, well, I suppose the Moy management will have done all the homework on this Carrickmacross team, but it's still on till the day that you know what way they're going to set up, and it's really the experience of today which is going to tell here, you know, when we're facing them.
Absolutely, and here comes Gary McEnany. He's an attacking half-back, and he's earned another free for his side. And that time it was Mark Gribben who, I think, gave away that free there as he grabbed the arm of McEnany. A very famous name, of course, in Monaghan. Gary is the captain. Gary McEnany is the captain of this Carrickmacross team. One of the danger men that Audie Kelly and Gavin McGilly would have earmarked for today. As Gallagly lines up this free just outside the 20 metre line, as you can see. He's a right footer. He's taking it on the right side. But this again is very kickable. And this would put Carrickmacross 3 up if he can land this one. As you can see, conditions are excellent here in Omagh. As Gallagly strikes that one, it looks like a clean enough strike, but thankfully from the Moy point of view, he's hit this one to the left and wide. Nathan Brady now with a kick out, and I'm going to call out the Moy team very quick here. It's Nathan Brady in goals, Paddy Mackle, Tommy McNichol and Tommy Conlon, the regular full back line. In half backs we have Tom Lahern, Niall Conlon and Mark Gribben. As Carrickmacross go on the attack again. Oh, and a nice interplay there now, this time by Carrickmacross as they go forward with Kevin O'Hanlon this time. Kevin O'Hanlon, the left footer, shoots. He didn't shoot for a score though. He aimed for the man inside. His big full forward Sean Downey. As Gallagly shoots this time, I think, and gets hit as he kicked that one, but he's hit it over the bar, and that is 3 points to nil. He felt the full force of that challenge as he kicked that. And Nathan Brady now going short with a kick out to Tommy Conlon. But that's 3 points to nil. And Philly, I know it's early days, but it looks as if unless we get a quick grip of this, this game's going to slide.
You can just see how confident Carrickmacross are going forward there. Kevin O'Hanlon had probably the score for the taking there, and he hit a nice pass across to Gallagly instead, so they're quite confident up front there.
And they've turned this one over at midfield as well, so the Moy very slow to settle here, but the referee has seen something as Carrickmacross launched an attack, and this looks like a late tackle, which the referee's going to do something about. It looks like Tom Lahern. Yeah, Tom's appealing his innocence here, but the referee's saying that's a late challenge, and well, the Moy just trying to impose themselves physically now, and Carrickmacross just to slow this down, and he's been awarded. Oh, that's a black card, Philly.
That's a black card, so Tom's gone.
Tom's gone early in this. Yeah, very early in the match for Tom now to be going. Remember, he was sent off against Cookstown early in the year, so that's another big blow for him and the team. But the black card does mean that he can be replaced here, so the Moy management's going to have a think now as to who comes on here for Tom. And get him on very quick, because we can hardly afford to be down 14 men the way Carrickmacross are playing here. And there's their defence coming up. Jamie Gainan now for Carrickmacross, trying to launch another attack here. And there's McEnany with his hands on the ball again. We'll be hearing a lot more of him, no doubt. But good play there by Ryan Coleman to force a turnover. But the referee's adjudged that he's fouled that. Unlucky. As here comes, it's a big midfielder again for Carrickmacross, Aaron Lynch. He has seen a lot of ball early on. For a big man, he looks comfortable on the ball as well. But look at the numbers in which Carrickmacross attack. You know they're a team that has been clocking up big scores all year. As Peter O'Hanlon now tries to weave his way towards the 20-metre line, gives it to Sean Downey, who's roamed out from full forward. Gallagly again with his hands on the ball. So it's all Carrickmacross in these early stages as they float a high ball in this time towards the edge of the square, and they've won that as well. Mark Gribben shadowing his man. The umpires give a wide, but what does the referee give? Yeah, he's happy with that. The ball has went wide, so good defending that time from them way. Thank goodness we stopped that attack now, because really we're going to need a score of our own here very soon, just to really settle us. The favourites have got off to the start they wanted, and it's just made the Moyes challenge a lot tougher today. And there's Adam Curry as a man has come on very early in the game to replace Tom Loughlin at half back. And Adam now making his way up the field here. Oh, and he's challenged strongly there. And Carrickmacross getting plenty of hard tackles in, which the referee's happy to let go. Ewan Deeney now has the ball. Adam, yes, gives that inside. A correction there actually, I should say. Adam Curry started this match. It's Paddy Lavery who's come on for Tom Loughlin. Sean Kavanagh has tripped there right on the 45-metre line. And the man to give away the free there was James Conlon. So just to clarify there again, Adam Curry has started today, and Paddy Lavery now is on the field as well to replace Tom Loughlin. Tommy Conlon now is up the field. Sean Kavanagh played that one short term. Tommy's give that inside to Harry Loughlin. Could this be the Moyes opening score after 12 minutes? It's looking good. Oh yes, Harry Loughlin, fine point. We're used to seeing Harry scoring like that throughout the Tyrone Championship, and boy was that badly needed. Philly after 12 minutes we finally got off the mark.
Yeah, I suppose it's all about getting the likes of Harry and the ball there, or the score takers, and getting off the mark, as you say, and getting settled. You know, that'll disrupt the Moyes somewhat. Tom getting off there, you know, during training, he would have had his job to do, and now Paddy Lavery's coming in there. Paddy's more of an attacker, Tom's more of a defender. So it'll take them a wee bit of time to settle here, but I'm sure Paddy as well is good coming on there.
So 3 points to 1. It's taken the Moyes almost a quarter of an hour to get their opening score, but that will have eased the pressure somewhat and made the big Moyes support here a little bit more content. But Carrickmacross will be far from finished in this game, although that's a wayward effort there. So a wee bit more Moyes pressure now been applied and forcing Carrickmacross into ours. And just to finish off that team there, the half-back line as I mentioned was Tom Loughlin, Niall Conlon, Mark Gribben. Midfield, Emmett Rafferty and Colin Kavanagh. The half-forward line, Adam Curry was a late replacement for Chris Kavanagh. Harry Loughlin centre half forward and Dackie Conroy the other half forward, and full forward line Ryan Coleman, Sean Kavanagh and Ewan Deeney the captain. That's how the team lines out today. As the way goes another attack here, it's Emmett Rafferty. Emmett gives the ball in, but Harry Loughlin was bundled over there and Carrickmacross coming out with it. Good defence again by Carrickmacross. They've stymied 2 or 3 Moyes attacks now as Carrickmacross make their way down this field for another attack, and they're very speedy and they're very sharp in places here. And this man, Stephen O'Hanlon, is causing us big problems early on. He's an absolute flying machine, small in stature, but he looks very sharp. As Kevin O'Hanlon now has the ball, he's looking like he's going straight through and goal, but and he shot that one low and hard into Nathan Brady's welcoming arms that time. I thought he was lining up for the point, the Carrickmacross man, but he fluffed that one. And thankfully he did, as Nathan Brady clears his lines and gets it out to his defence. Adam Curry now, the man sweeping up at the back, and Dackie Conroy getting his hands on the ball here, as is Tommy Conlon. Sean Kavanagh's roamed away out now at full forward. He wasn't getting a lot of ball there in the early stages here, and surely ref, that's a free. Yeah, Sean Kavanagh's won his free at long last. And I don't think Conor Duffy can have many complaints about that, the big full back there. Fouled Sean.
Yeah, Carrickmacross will be quite happy to foul out around the middle of the park there, and Sean's come out to look on the ball. He was actually in the full back line there at one stage.
Yep, he did start full forward, but I say he has played this role quite a few times throughout Tyrone, of course, where he would start in full forward, and if needed he comes out to help around midfield, helping his brother Colin and Emmett Rafferty. So, another long range free, as you say, Philly. Carrickmacross happy and content to give away frees well outside this 45 metre line, because these are very, very tough kicks. So the Monaghan champions off to a flyer here. As Sean Kavanagh drives that long, that's a fine kick. It's certainly had the range, but this time it just hasn't got the accuracy. It's went left and wide, and that's Moy's third wide, Philly. Carrickmacross has it one wide, but none of these really easy chances.
Not an easy chance, and possibly maybe should have tried to play that short, but Carrickmacross, plenty of men back there. Sean felt confident enough to hit it, but would have been a serious score if he had put it over.
And just like our Derry Loughlin game, the county final, Carrickmacross giving that away, this looks like there's not going to be many scores possibly in this today game, the way it's shaping up. But as Harry Loughlin tries to get his ball, but it fumbled there, Paddy Lavery's got on the end of it, and a fine score by Paddy Lavery, and that has got us right back into the game. Well done, Paddy. That's 3 points to 2, as you can see now, after 16 minutes, and the way has hit the last 2 points, Philly.
Yeah, good score by Paddy there. Paddy's quite accurate there, and if we can get Paddy on the ball up front there, and possibly Carrickmacross wouldn't have been doing their homework on Paddy, so Paddy might get a bit of space.
Yeah. Conor McEnany has won the free for Carrickmacross here. Ewan Deeney was tracking him, but when he's fumbled that ball now, we can see a couple more Carrickmacross mistakes coming in it, and this is much better pressure from the Moy, forcing turnovers now, and we have settled into this game at long last. And thankfully we have, because this game looked as if it was going to slip away from us in the very early stages. As Colm Kavanagh tries to drive us forward, the referee's now taking a wee bit of action against this persistent fouling. So as the referee notes the Carrickmacross player in the book, we should mention that just before this game today, Tatty Ray beat Curran of Monaghan. The Tyrone champions got the better of the Monaghan champions in the junior quarter final. And we have to give a very special mention here to Tatty Ray, who gave the Moy team a guard of honour on the way out onto the field here just before the game. It was a brilliant gesture by Tatty Ray, of which we very much appreciate that, and we wish them well for the rest of their Ulster campaign too, as the Moy plays that ball long and wide again, as the wides continue to mount. But yeah, I mentioned Tatty Ray, Philly, and a great boost for them to be winning their match and giving the Moy a huge morale boost and lift as well with that guard of honour, and proving again that the Tyrone champions can certainly get the better of the Monaghan champions. They were underdogs as well, just like ourselves.
Yeah, Tatty Ray's done really well, a real hard working outfit, very fit.
As Colm Kavanagh goes in attack here again, this could be the equaliser. Harry Loughlin now in front of goals. Harry's a deadly man, dangerous round the goal mouth. What's he going to do here? And he's happy to put that one over the bar. I think he made the right choice there. At one stage there was possibly an opening for a goal, but Harry has now got us back in level terms. He's got us a point, and Philly, it's game on after going 3 down. We've hit the last 3 points, 18 minutes gone, 3-3. It's very much game on between the Tyrone and Monaghan champions now.
Yeah, the Moy have definitely settled into it well after a cagey enough start, but definitely it's game on now, and 3 each is a good way to take it into towards half time.
And Emmett Rafferty has won another ball at midfield. Since the Moy's slow start, Emmett has really got himself back into this game, starting to win vital ball for the Moy around midfield, and he's handed that one to Sean just to take this one just a yard or two inside the 45 metre line, I'd say, by the time Sean takes the run up for this one. He's been striking them fairly well, but I say there's nothing easy about these kicks now. It's just the distance now. The referee's getting a wee bit pernickety with him here. Sean bounces the ball, looks towards the post, strikes this one nonchalantly. Oh, and a lovely kick over the bar. And all of a sudden, Philly, this game has turned on its head. It's now 4 in the trot. We're 4-3 up, and things looking a lot brighter now, Philly.
Yeah, and Sean's got he had them couple of shots hit wide there, and he's got the feel of it now, so they'll be a little bit reluctant to do the fouling out there from now on. They'll be trying to keep from fouling and keep the frees away from Sean.
Absolutely, and that's a fine kick. Oh, what a score that was! That was a fantastic score there. It was just kicked straight out there, and I'm just trying to think, yes, it was... I'm just trying to think, would that look like Sean Kavanagh again, Philly? Did you see who actually got it? It happened that quick there.
I'm not sure if it was Sean or Harry there, I'm not sure, possibly Sean.
It was a brilliant kick. The ball just landed perfectly into her arms, and that's 5 points now to 3. Whoa, how a game can change in this opening half. Carrickmacross, whether it's complacency, whether it's just the Moy waking up to this challenge here now, it's now Moy 5, Carrickmacross 3. As Carrickmacross now think to themselves, whoa, this Moy team now means business all of a sudden. This Monaghan team was used to getting it all their own way in their own county championship, and now they're coming up against a team who's certainly matching them and contesting every ball here at the minute. So What a recovery, and that was one hell of a point from play to get us now 5-3 up. And Carrickmacross now, how are they going to respond? They're looking to their county man here, Gollagly, to spark something off for them. As they go on the attack here again, there's a big tall Peter O'Hanlon. I don't know how these O'Hanlons are related, but the Moy has now turned that one over again. Colin Kavanagh, the man involved in that, well won by his brother Sean there now. And Sean, dragged down again. And at this stage you're wondering, will the referee start having to produce a couple of cards here, because this fouling is becoming a bit persistent. And yes, he is taking a note now of the Carrickmacross man into the book. Here he goes. And yes, there's the yellow card shown to the centre back, James Conlon. So Carrickmacross now have got to be on their guard now, because there's, I think that's just their first yellow.
That's their second yellow.
That's
Gary
their second
McEnany,
yellow.
number 5 there. Is it
He's on yellow as well. And that could have been another one, only the referees let that play on. As Ewan Deeney, Adam Curry looked to be dragged right down, but Ewan Deeney now has the ball, gives it to Tommy Conlon. Ewan's going long with this one. He's had a shot, but this one has drifted well wide. And after 22 minutes, the score is Moy 5 points, Carrickmacross 3. So Carrickmacross, after getting those 3 very early points, Philly, have just, the scoring has dried up from them completely. Great Moy pressure and a good intensity now to the Moy's game.
Yeah, the Moy's been really tightened up and really working hard, getting a lot of men back. And Carrickmacross now struggling to get up for scores.
And there's another turnover. So whatever happened to Moy in those early stages, they've certainly wakened up here. And now the Moy crowd sense, well, here's a game here. Anybody can win now at this stage. Making a mockery of the bookies' odds here at the minute, or the Moy, but even though there's a long way to go, as Harry Loughlin wins that well, Ewan Deeney played it inside. Harry goes for the shot. There's a big cheer goes up from the Moy crowd, but this one's hit the upright. And Carrickmacross get away with that one. That looked as if it was sailing right over. A huge cheer went up, but just at the last second, hit off the upright. And the Moy could easily have been 6-3 up there, as Carrickmacross now a wee bit, let's just say they've been rocked here a good bit by the Moy's response in these last 15 minutes or so. Carrickmacross running out of ideas at times too, but let's see just what they can come up with. They're still a quality side. Any team, as I say, that can score what they did in the Monaghan Championship are always going to be a major threat, so the Moy cannot rest on their laurels here. Now Carrickmacross just going to play a wee bit of keep ball here just to get themselves right back into this. Niall Lockman, the big midfielder, has been involved a couple of times in this attack. But the Moy's back there in big numbers. The referee has said, slight tug of the jersey. Paddy Lavery, the man who has conceded that free. And this one's just inside the 45-metre line. So let's see what Stephen Gollagly's kicking's like from this distance. But you feel Carrickmacross now, Philly, will certainly want to score here now, because that was almost 6-3 there. And all of a sudden the referee now, for some reason the referee's having a word with Mark Gribben. Not sure why. I don't think he's gone into the book, but he's maybe judging him.
I'm not sure. He's seen something. Yeah, this will be a big score. If Carrickmacross can take this score, it'll be a big score at this stage of the game as well.
Yeah, I think he actually signalled blood sub there. I think Mark Gribben might be just coming off a blood treatment. That was the signal there, was for a blood sub. I think, yeah, we're waiting on someone just to come on. So whatever happened, Mark Gribben, I think, is the man who was in the wars there. We didn't quite see what happened. Hopefully nothing too serious. It's just delaying now this kick from Stephen Gollagly as everybody looks towards the sideline to see if the Moy's. And you'll just hear there that Carrickmacross has made a change. They're taking off Conor McEnany, and coming on I think is Charles McMenamin, the number 25. So they've taken one of the corner forwards off. So a wee sign of panic maybe now as well on the Carrickmacross sideline, possibly too. As Gollagly lines this free up. He's chipped that one, but he's chipped it wide, so not a great kick there. And the Moy will take that. That's now Carrickmacross's third wide.
Yeah, you'd be expecting to put that over and get enough conditions. Gollagly would be an expert free taker, so The Moy's been lucky enough.
Yeah, lucky there is. So the Moy, I think, has made. I think the Moy there now has come on. Sean Kavanagh now has won this ball. I think there's a blood sub has just come on. Temporarily replace Mark Gribben. I'm just going to check to see who's come on there. The field of play at the minute. But here we go with Carrickmacross in the attack again. It's Goligly. That man Goligly gets his hands on a lot of ball. He's a real workhorse as the Monaghan County man. As the number 12 for Carrickmacross now, Stephen O'Hanlon. One of 3 O'Hanlons to say in this forward line. Oh, and he's gone straight through and goal there. And the referee has given us free. It looked for a minute there that the referee might let that one go, but Stephen O'Hanlon seems to be a big danger man here for Carrickmacross, really. He's small, but he's darting runs. And
but Moy had 5 or 6 players back there. There's no need for a foul there. This should be an easy free for Goligly again.
This one should be easier. It's not his side, but 14 metres out, you'd be expecting Stephen Goligly to fire this one over alright. And this should get them off the mark after a long layoff without a score. He strikes this one. Yep. And I think the umpire's happy to go for this white flag there. So that leaves the score now 5-4. And Carrickmacross will just be relieved to end that big sequence of Moy scores. Moy hit 5 points there unanswered. And so it's 5-4. Close now. Very close again. As we approach the very closing stages now of this first half. A half in which the Moy will be fairly content, especially after the start they got off to, a horrible start. And it's Snell Conlon on the ball now, coming out, as he so often does, from his defence. Gives that one to Colm Kavanagh. Colm going long. He's in search of Harry Lahern up there. Harry, a man who'll be well marked, I'd say, today. Carrickmacross will know all about Harry Lahern and what he did in Tyrone, and they've turned that one over. Harry getting doubled up there, of course. They will have done their homework on just how big a threat he was. 5 goals he scored, we think, in the Tyrone Intermediate Championship. And a number of points as Tommy McNichol went to ground there, but the referee's not for giving him a free. He is finally giving him a free. Sean Downey contesting that one. Tommy had went to ground, but he was getting challenged, and he's earned his team the free. Sean Kavanagh back taking that free in his own defence, and he's went very long with this one. He spotted Harry Lahern 1-on-1 with the defender, but the ball is broke here, and it's looking like it could break. Well, where is it going to break? It's broke the way of Carrickmacross now. So that one didn't quite pay off. It was worth the long punt in, because if Harry Lahern had won that 1-on-1, well, I think we all know what would have happened, given his form, as I say, in the Tyrone Intermediate Championship, scoring 5 goals. And here's the big midfielder Lynch running through again, challenged by Sean Kavanagh. Oh, well, there wasn't much of a challenge there. Sean put a bit of a hand in, but the referee's blowing these, and he's not letting either team away with much here. And yeah, that's we were wondering who the blood sub was, and we think it's very like Diarmuid McKeown. Dean McKeown has possibly come on there as a blood sub, so I'm sure that'll only be temporary just at the moment for Mark Gribben. As Carrickmacross launch another attack here now. They'll be looking to get back in level terms here. This is McEnany. Gives it off to Niall Lockman. Those 2 players have been very central to everything Carrickmacross have done in these early stages. It's Peter O'Hanlon with that big long stride, and he's beat 2 or 3 Moy defenders there. He's just waltzed right past. But he's shot this one. It looks as if it's wide. Yes, it's went wide. Got through a wee bit too easy there, Philly, and that could have been the equaliser there.
Yeah, it was a good enough opportunity for a score, but at the same time the Moy's got plenty back there and pressurising them well, and Tommy Conlon, he's going out to pick up Goligly, and he's doing a great job. He's following, and that'll suit Tommy, following right around the half forward line, out around midfield. That'll suit Tommy down to the ground.
Yep, because it's a big task chasing Stephen Goligly all over the field, but Tommy Conlon, that's a job he's well fit for. Nathan Brady's going to kick out, but it's Carrickmacross has won this one. It's Kevin O'Hanlon now burning through and goal. Oh, and this looks very dangerous now. The big midfielder Lynch has only struck the crossbar. Alan Lynch got straight through and goal. He went high with his shot and it struck the crossbar, much to the relief of the Moy crowd, just before half time. And Philly, we've got away with that big time.
Got away with it, yeah, and our kickouts there, I don't know what the plan is there at the moment, but we're just not winning enough kickouts or not winning enough ball around the middle of the field.
Oh,
And they just opened us up there, and we're very, very lucky going into half time that hit the crossbar.
yeah, that was extremely lucky. A Carrickmacross goal at that stage now would have left things very, very tricky for us, especially going into half time, would have given them all the momentum. And a wee bit of Tom.
I see Kevin O'Hanlon is down here, number 15 for Carrickmacross.
Yeah, a wee bit of tomfoolery, a couple of late challenges there now. They might not very happy about that late challenge, and surely that has to be a yellow card. The Carrickmacross team now, and a wee bit of edge coming into this game. Gallagly now and Tommy Conlon just having a little tete-a-tete, and Niall Conlon coming up there, of course, to support the brother. So a little wee, just in the last minute or two, a wee bit of edge coming in. Carrickmacross 12, Stephen O'Hanlon having words with the linesman, not sure what for. And there's a black card as well for the Carrickmacross man, and he can have absolutely no complaints. Stephen O'Hanlon can talk away all he likes there, but the Carrickmacross man certainly committed a late challenge, deserved his black card, and now he'll be replaced for the remainder of this game too. So just coming up to half time, as I say, just the game becoming a little bit physical now, but nothing too untoward or nothing serious here as the Moy management look on. Francie McQuaid, Audie Kelly and Gavin McGilly weighing up the options here, seeing what possible changes they may need to make at some stage in this game. And that ball's been caught in there now, the long ball in now to Ryan Coleman. Ryan Coleman has picked out Paddy Lavery from this side, and Paddy Lavery looks to have got that one. That's Paddy Lavery's second point of the game, right on the stroke of half time. And that's a crucial kick there too, Philly, to put the Moy 2 up again.
Yeah, that's crucial. That's a great strike from Paddy there, and that's great going into half time to get that wee cushion.
Mark Gribben's back in the field. I think he's wearing a different number now, but that's half time. Moy 6, Carrickmacross 4, and a good half by the Moy, first half. So you join us again, folks, for the start of the second half now. Just to remind you of the scoreline, it's Moy 6 points, Carrickmacross 4. So a big 30 minutes now for the Moy as Tyrone champions. Tommy Conlon, oh, he's signalling his intent early in this half here too. A big run from Tommy, but that ball has maybe just got away from him. He's still battling for it in there, but he has run out of steam and he has run out. The Carrickmacross numbers were back there. He was badly outnumbered as Gary McEnany cleans up for Carrickmacross. It's Gallagly now wins the breaking ball. So plenty of discussion there at half time, Philly, as to what can happen. You know, the Moy certainly proven more than a match for this highly fancied Carrickmacross team, and that's a big long kick. I think it's Peter O'Hanlon has struck that one, but it's to the left and wide. So 6-4 up at half time, Philly. I think we'd have took that coming up here today. We've given ourselves every chance here on our first big experience of playing Ulster football, and we certainly don't look out of place here at all, do we?
No, not a bit. And I know it's only 2 points up, but it's in the sort of game it is, it's probably a big lead at half time, and it's going to be tight throughout. And started off well there at half time, or after the start of the second half. Tommy Conlon probably should have went on himself when he went that far. Usually he does, but he tried to find a man there and it didn't work out just. Yeah,
and the set man Colin Kavanagh with the ball again here at midfield, trying to set up another attack. It's Decky Conroy has got his hands on the ball, but Decky's been intercepted with that fist pass. And might be hoping now to cut these mistakes out now, because we can't let this Carrickmacross team get up any kind of momentum as well. But they, just as I say that, they've lost possession as well. So errors creeping in both teams now, and I'm not sure what the Carrickmacross players trying to do there on Colin Kavanagh, but it's a Moy free, which he is quickly disposed of there to his colleagues. Emmett Rafferty on the ball now, and Decky Conroy's got his hands on the ball there again. Tommy McNichol coming now out from full back. But Tommy having to turn back now as he's faced by 3 Carrickmacross players, and they're starting to pile on, ramp up the pressure even up in their own forward line now too. So Carrickmacross, you can see, I'd say they've been fired up as the pre-match favourites. I'm sure their management give them a bit of a rollicking at half time too. They're not used to being in this position, Philly. They've been getting things all their own way in Monaghan, and this will be a big test for them now if they've come up against a team who are certainly matching them in every respect here. And that was Mark.
Yeah, and I suppose the fact that they've walked through Monaghan probably at the Rees hasn't helped them much heading in Ulster here, and this will be a big task for them now to see what they're made of.
Yeah, and in contrast to the Carrickmacross team's easy running, the Moy, of course, were involved in most of Moy's championship games. There was only 1, 2, 3 points separating the teams on any given day, so the Moy are certainly battle hardened. They know how to win tight games. Does Carrickmacross? The answers will be revealed here in the next 20-25 minutes. As Adam Curry now sets up a Moy attack here again. And out that far end, it's Mark Gribben. Mark, who's back on wearing his 26. I actually thought it was Dee McKeown had come on to replace him at one stage because of the number there, but it's Mark has changed jerseys. And he's now playing in the unfamiliar number 26 here at the minute. So Sean Kavanagh has got that ball. He's played it inside to Harry Loughlin. Harry out near the sideline here. He's been shackled again by 2 men. He's been double marked this entire match. As I said, Carrickmacross will know the threat that he has posed. Oh, and that was... Well, is that a free in or is that a 45? The umpire signalling a 45, but the Moy player, there was certainly contact made towards the head. But it is a 45 as Ewan Deeney now steps up to take this one. And let's see what Ewan can do with this one. Conditions excellent here today at Healy Park. Sun shining, not much of a breeze really. As Ewan strikes that one, he's got a fair bit of power in that one, but it's drifted well wide. And the Moy was unable to keep that one in. So we make that 6 wides now for the Moy, and we think 5 wides for Carrickmacross, as the score remains 6 points to 4. The crucial thing is that there's 2 points in this game. So both teams fairly clocking up the wides as well. And in a tight match like this, where there's a lot of pressure being applied in defence, the wides can fairly mount up. So Philly, quarter-final of the Ulster Championship, a semi-final place at stake for either of these teams. Carrickmacross have made no bones about it. They've had their sights set on not only winning Monaghan this year, but Ulster as well. And the Monaghan teams traditionally can do very well in the intermediate grade as well. They're specialists in both the junior and intermediate grade in Ulster, as are Tyrone teams normally. Oh, and that ball has slipped through the legs there of Kevin O'Hanlon, and the Moy will be grateful just to clear that one up as Paddy Lavery picks up possession now at midfield, but he's dispossessed as well. So it's topsy-turvy stuff here, Philly. No pattern has been merged in the second half, and great pressure there applied by the Moy, and excellent play by Ryan Coleman in forcing that turnover as well. So plenty of intensity here now, Philly, in tackling, but little in the way of scores.
Plenty of intensity for both teams, but Moy probably at this stage need a score just to put the pressure really on Carrickmacross, and then maybe things will start to open up for the Moy. And
that's Harry Loughlin had that ball there. He's trying to spread that way across the far side of the field, but it hasn't worked out. It's Gary McEnany, the Carrickmacross captain, collected that one, but the referee has seen something here that he doesn't like. And he's actually given a free in to Harry Loughlin, so it was a challenge perhaps on Harry as he had kicked that ball across.
A late tackle there, possibly the wrong option by Harry, and we had lost possession, so lucky enough to get the free there, I thought.
Yeah, enough. The referee not missing much today here. And there has been a couple of late challenges, so maybe that's just something he wants to clamp down on here. And this is a kickable score. He's 21 metres out. It's not a great angle for Sean, but let's see what he can make of this. And yes, he strikes it lovely over the bar. A big shout from the Moy crowd there, get over, and that's exactly what it did. Over the black spot it went. And 7 points to 4. We have struck first blood in the second half. And 3-point advantage now for the Moy, and they've put themselves in a very healthy position here. But as I say, still a lot of work to do before we can even think of another foray in Ulster. As Carrickmacross now go on the attack, and brilliant challenging again by the Moy. This Moy defence has really held up well, but it's now Stephen O'Hanlon making his way through, and he's prancing through 3 or 4 Moy defenders, and he's popped that into the back of the net. Just as I was about to say, the Moy defence has been holding out so well. Stephen O'Hanlon somehow found an opening there, Philly, past 3 or 4 Moy defenders, and he coolly slid that into the corner. And the big Moy advantage there of 3 points, we thought, has now very quickly been wiped out. It's now level again, Philly.
Yeah, plenty of men back there. I'm not sure, maybe too many men back, and nobody took responsibility, and he danced through them there and back of the net, and now his level terms and serious pressure now for the Moy.
Yeah, for a Carrickmacross team that appeared to be struggling, they've certainly got themselves back into this one again, and all that good work that the Moy had done to put themselves 3 up, as I say, has just been wiped out by one strike of the ball, and that's what can happen at this level. You do get punished. And to say, I think that'll do away with any maybe complacency now. We thought maybe we'd got the better of Carrickmacross there for a long time in this match, but it's game on again with 20 minutes to play in this match. This victory, whoever achieves it today, it's going to be hard earned, and the Moy will look to get themselves back in front here again, having played really well there for periods in this match, but that ball has went astray. Adam Curry's pass just not finding the Moy man now, and this will certainly help Carrickmacross's cause in terms of getting their confidence up again, and they're going long to the edge of the square. The Moy has 2 men back there, and yes, they should be dealing with this one as Nathan Brady comes out, the goalkeeper, and wins that one. And back providing support there is Mark Gribben. And Mark Gribben gives that back, this time to Paddy Mackle. Paddy Mackle to his full back partner there, Tommy McNichol, and he spread this one wide, and that's good that they're spreading that ball wide now and keeping possession. It's Adam Curry again. Adam looking up to see what his options are. But he's run into a challenge there, but he's given this one off to Colin Kavanagh. And Colin Kavanagh will try and hope to get something out of this here now attack as he makes his way towards the 45 metre line. He's beyond the 45 metre line now. He's picked out his brother Sean. Sean's going long with this effort, but that's going to drop short right into the arms of Andrew O'Rourke, the Carrickmacross goalkeeper. So our score's going to be hard to come by again here. It's 7 points to 1-4. As the Moy crowd wondering who now is going to gain the upper hand, who's going to take control. This game has been hard to predict from the outset. As we did say, the bookies were making Carrickmacross firm favourites for this, even though the Tyrone champions usually do well in the intermediate grade. The bookies seen something in this Carrickmacross team to make them think that they certainly warranted the favourites tag here. And here we go again. Look at this pace and speed that these O'Hannons can cause to the Moy defence. Oh, and that pass went astray, but he has won a free there. I think he was hit late as he laid that ball off. But there's warning signs there, Philly, that it's Stephen O'Hanlon and Kevin O'Hanlon, the 12 and 15 there. Once they get up ahead of steam and they run direct at this Moy defence, they're causing endless problems.
Yeah, they sure are, yeah, but another needless foul. Like, there's plenty of men back there, and probably be a score come off this, and I think it was Tommy Conlon fouled that time.
Yeah, and this one looks like a comfortable enough kick for Gallagly now at the 21 metre line, straight in front of the goals. And having been forged ourselves a 3-point lead at the start of the second half, this game looks as if it's going to turn again, turn a completely different direction. The Carrickmacross goal has injected a new lease of life into this Carrickmacross team. And with 12 minutes of the second half gone, it looks as if Carrickmacross are going to hit the lead again, Philly. And that's a position we didn't want to be in with less than 20 minutes to go now.
Yeah, and I suppose the Moy just needs a little bit more drive. The last attack there, Colin Kavanagh showed a bit of intent going forward and found Sean, and unfortunately he dropped it short, but just need to maybe run at Carrickmacross a bit more and possibly create a free, if not a score.
And there we have it. The Carrickmacross team applaud that free from Gallagly as the score reads now Moy 7, Carrickmacross 1-5, as we're coming towards the end of the third quarter. So a big 15-20 minutes needed now by the Moy if they want this Ulster campaign to continue. As we said before, history in the making. No matter what happens today, the Moy has made history by appearing in the Ulster Championship for the first time ever. But how we would love to go at least a step further if we could. And we're still there. The ball's been kicked in now towards the full forward line, but Carrickmacross now starting to read that well at the back. That was James Condon won that well. And now they're coming out with it, and that towering presence of Aaron Lynch, who has proven himself to be a very capable midfielder. Today looks the part, gives that up to Kevin O'Hanlon. Kevin O'Hanlon trying to find a teammate there now. It's getting tight all of a sudden, but look who it is again. It's Aaron Lynch again, and this time he has picked a man out. And this could be danger for the Moy here. I think it's McEnany with the effort. He shoots. Oh, and the umpire wasn't too sure, but he's looked towards his other umpire and he has given that ball wide. But, and just as we say that, there's Conal Duffy is now coming onto the field to play for the Moy. So the Moy management fella is thinking now's the time for a change, fresh legs again, and it's Conal Duffy entering the fray now.
Yeah, I think it definitely is time for change on the Moy from being 3 up or now 1 down, and it's the Moy really need the next score.
And let's face it, we could have been 2 down there if that ball had went over. And don't forget, Carrickmacross hit the crossbar just before half time. So this is a game where we could have even found ourselves even further behind. But we're still there, we're still fighting. We just can't let this Carrickmacross team get too far ahead of us here, or this challenge becomes very, very difficult. And it's Peter O'Hanlon with the kick there now, and Carrickmacross getting a few more shots in now. And thankfully, Philly, they're starting to hit a few wide as well. That I make it is their, I think that's their 7th wide. Yeah, 7 wides now for Carrickmacross.
Yeah, I suppose there's a good deal of pressure there too. The Moy are working hard. It's just Carrickmore's winning these kickouts here and getting the break ball around midfield, and the Moy really need possession here. You're not getting scores without possession. The
Moy crowd really, really trying to rally their troops here. They can sense now that Carrickmacross is starting to gain the upper hand, and a number of Moy supporters really raising their voices here to get the Moy going again here. Somebody needs to get a grip of this here, because Carrickmacross now look like the team that could go on and to the next phase of Ulster the way they're going, and that's a lovely shimmy. But there's another wide, and it's these wides that are now keeping us in the game. As you say, Philly, the Moy are back in numbers, but we're struggling to get our hands on the ball.
Yeah, we're struggling around midfield there, and we just probably need our big players out to the midfield. And Ryan Coleman's been quiet there, and maybe move him out to midfield and hopefully maybe catch 1 or 2 first.
And there's a kick out now. Everything's starting just to maybe go slightly wrong for us here at the minute. There's a kick out that's went out over the sideline. Carrickmacross has hit 8 wides, and Moy has hit 6 wides. Just that's the wide count at the minute. As Aaron Lynch tries to go through, he doesn't fancy a shot. He's trying to play it across to Kevin O'Hanlon, but that ball has went wide again. That's wide number 9. And as I say, if a few of these had went over the bar, Philly, I think we were looking at big trouble here for the Moy. Let's be honest, we could be in spot of
definitely 3 or 4 wides in a row there, but definitely lucky for the Moy that the game could have been out of our depth here, but we're on the attack here now.
Yes, we're on the attack, and certainly in need of some inspiration as Harry Loughlin comes roving out the field. Harry forced out by Carrickmacross defence. As I say, he's been double marked the entire match here, and he's not getting much change, and neither is Ryan Coleman here at the minute, but he's done well here to put himself in the 21 metre line. This looks good. Oh, but he's dropped that one short just as he looked to be heading through in goal. But the referee, what's he awarding? I think he's giving the keeper a free out, is he? Yeah, he's giving the keeper a free out, but it looked as if Ryan Coleman had put himself into a great position there. He had done really well to get himself into that scoring position, but he was just challenged right at the last second and fell into the arms of Andrew O'Rourke, the Carrickmacross keeper, so that was an opportunity for the Moy to get back into it. But it's Carrickmacross who will come out with this, so...
Yeah, we just need the likes of Ryan doing that more often. He's been quiet and he's good at running at them, and that's really the player we need with the ball.
And you just feel too, Philly, at this stage, fitness is going to play a big part now. Both teams, have put a lot of energy into this game. Is the Moy fading here somewhat, do you feel, or... Carrickmacross look as if they've an extra spring in their step, possibly as a result of that goal they got as well. But that's good.
Yeah, they do indeed, I suppose, yeah, but the Moy's chasing the game here, so it's always going to look that way, but possibly be another sub coming on here for the Moy.
And just as you
maybe sharpen things up.
And yes, and there is a sub has come on. Carl McQuaid has now entered the field of play as well, and here he is on the ball, number 22. Experienced Carl McQuaid has been coming on almost every championship match and winning vital ball for the Moy, and now's his time when the Moy really needs somebody to get a grip in this game. We've seen a good bit of defending at the back there by Paddy Mackle as well, just to set up this latest attack as Kieran McQuaid gets his hands on the ball. He's only on the field of play, but he's touched the ball 2 or 3 times at least now, as Dacky Connery now finds himself in a bit of space. Dacky shoots with the side of the boot, and this one goes agonisingly wide as well. And let's check the wide count now. That's wide number 7 for the Moy, 9 for Carrickmacross, so we've had a couple of chances of our own there, Philly, to get back into it, which we have squandered here.
Yeah, I really thought that was a good chance there now for Declan on his left foot, and another chance missed for the Moy, and pressure's really piling on here now. And you can hear now that Diarmuid McKeown is the man who's now coming on, so the Moy really ringing the changes here. That's the Moy's 4th substitute.
And he's come on there for Dacky Conroy. He just missed that last opportunity. He was unlucky too. He went with the side of the boot. Dacky, who's been played such an instrumental part, of course, in the Moyes Championship Challenge this year. Played really, really well. As Carrickmacross now picks up and they found a wee bit of space here. They picked up that loose ball. Gallagly now putting Aaron Lynch through. And goal, Aaron Lynch has got himself some ball here today. He's challenged as he kicked that. Is the referee going to award him a free? No, the referee's happy enough to let that one go. And that's another wide for Carrickmacross. So, well, that was a dodgy enough one there, Philly. Big Lynch there.
There was contact, but the referee had a clear view of it, so a good enough decision. And
yep.
Like the Dean McKeown on there, really put it up to the Carrickmacross here, like a young fit lad, and he's on for the remainder of this half here, and hopefully he pays dividends. And
there's a vital ball won round midfield by Sean Kavanagh too. Very, very important that we get primary possession round midfield now. Sean has played it into Harry Loughlin. But again, Harry well shackled here and well marked. But now he's trying to desperately find himself a wee bit of space there. Killian Cromwell was the man who was challenging him there. But that looks a brilliant effort for a man who was getting well marked in this game. He somehow found himself a bit of space, shot long range, and that's a highly inspirational score by Harry Loughlin, fella.
Yeah, serious score. I thought the chance had gone. He was getting well marshalled there and beat a couple of defenders and took his time and put it over the bar, and that'll really bring the money back in that here.
It has indeed. It's put us level again, Philly. It's 8 points now to 1-5. And there's 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes, Philly. When Harry Loughlin gave us that vital score, as you say, I thought the chance had gone myself. Killian Cromwell for Carrickmacross looked to have Harry well shadowed there, but that's typical Harry. He can just pluck something like that out of nothing at times. And he's got us back in level terms now, entering the last 8 minutes now of the game. 8 minutes to decide who goes through to the Ulster semi-final. Will it be the Tyrone champions from the Moy? Will it be the Monaghan champions from Carrickmacross? Carrickmacross on the attack. Stephen Gallagly pushed down there by Tommy Conlon. And Carrickmacross, well, they're making a bit of a meal of this now. They made a bit of a meal there. The number 10 came in, Peter O'Hanlon. I think he should have just let the referee do his own thing there, to be honest. And now the Carrickmacross management getting a wee bit agitated too. So, and the referee now going to bow to this pressure perhaps and award Tommy Conlon a card. 8 points to 1-5, and this will be, well, hasn't been many yellow cards in this game, in fairness. That's Moyes at 1 black, and we think that's just been the Moyes' first yellow card of the game there. And it's Tommy Conlon the man to get it. But there you go, Carrickmacross, we're getting all hot and bothered about Stephen Gallagly, but he's back up on his feet again, round to go, so the free has been given, and away they go here now. And the Moyle won't do well to keep this one out, as Peter O'Hanlon got the kick in, but he was put under a lot of pressure there as he put that kick in, and that's better from the Moy there now.
Yeah, put good pressure by Sean Kavanagh tackling there back, and he's always back helping out there, which is probably starving us a wee bit of him up front, but something he just has to do.
7 minutes. 7 minutes to go. This game is finely balanced, as so many of the Moyes Championship games were in Tyrone. You know, we've come through these tough battles before. Can we do it again here? The Monaghan team, as we said, aren't used to these tight challenges. They've had a lot of easy encounters. And let's just see how they react to this, as Colin Kavanagh, brilliant play by Colin Kavanagh going forward, and just knocks his man over there. Legally, of course, as Sean now comes through on the 21 metre line. Sean goes to ground, yes, and the Monaghan man had the arm in. Sean wins the free, and this one, surely, Philly, 21 metres out, will put us a point up here again.
Yeah, I just spoke about Sean back in the defence, and there he is attacking, and they sort of had to foul him there because he was going to go straight through and goal, so there should be a point for the Moy, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the Kavanagh brothers to the fore there and trying to get the Moy back in front here at a critical stage. It's always better being on the right side of this scoreline here now if we can. Always better being a point up than a point down if Sean can tap this one over. And he does. He gives up on plenty of height. He knocks that one well into the Gorchin Road there by the looks of things. And that now is the Moy 9 points, Carrickmacross 1-5. We're a point up here now. with just over 5 minutes left to play. And what an achievement this would be. If we thought the Tyrone Crusade was good, to win our first game in Ulster would be something else as well. But this Carrickmacross team is far from finished, as Niall Lockman now gets possession, gives it off to his midfield partner Lynch. And you just feel it's going to be backs to the wall here now for the Moy, as Gallagly tries to find one of the O'Hanlons, I think, again. Yeah, but that's great pressure. The Moy's back there in numbers. Young D McKeown in, struggling, fighting for possession as well. That's good to see the young fella in there trying to win the dirty ball. Sean Kavanagh is stuck in the middle of that as well, as is Tommy McNichol. And I tell you what, these balls are not going to be easy won here in these last few minutes. What's the referee going to give? He's give the free in to Carrickmacross. Good pressure by the Moy there and keeping Carrickmacross out. But here they're coming up now. The defenders are coming up too. James Conlon has now joined the Carrickmacross attack, but great pressure. Kieran McQuaid getting a challenge in the 45 metre line. Look at the Moy, the way they're lined up now right across the 45 metre line, but they have given away the free. So this one's just inside the 45 metre line. And a big kick coming up here, fella.
Yeah, there's plenty of help there. Just this possibly was a free, yeah, but Moy had the help back there, and maybe a couple of extra bodies should have been across there and done without fouling. And this is definitely a big kick coming up here. Moy were doing well there to hold them out.
Moy were doing well, and say there wasn't much in it. Well, I've seen referees give them, I've seen other referees let it go. It's just one of those calls sometimes can go against you. But here's Gallagly with the kick. He's taking this one out of the hands. He's stolen quite a couple of yards there as well. This one's dropping short. We need to be careful here. Kieran McQuaid's the man who picks up the breaking ball in front of his own full back line. Excellent work by Kieran McQuaid in sweeping that one up. Callum Kavanagh's made himself available too, and he's prepared to take the couple of big hits to win possession. And listen to the roar from the Moy crowd now, as they know how important that is. And winning that free, they can see the Moy determined to grind this one out again. It's Dean McKeown linking up with Tommy McNichol now. Tommy trying to play it calmly, coolly across his own 45 metre line, gives it to Niall Conlon. Plenty of experience in there too. And they're wise heads, and they're used to these tight battles. And let's see now what we can do. We just need to keep this one cool, calm. We've been through this all before in Tyrone. And you just sense that this Carrickmacross team now desperately, they're the team behind, they're the team expected to do something. The pressure's now on them to try and get another score to draw this level and possibly bring it to, well, we'll not even think about the draw here. We don't want to think about that just yet. As Ryan Coleman gets the ball now, he's roaming far out the field to win possession. The referee has his hands up too, so this could be an advantage here. Ryan Coleman's now on the 45 metre line. The advantage is probably over as he gives that one in. I think it's Harry Loughlin with the shot, and Harry has kicked that one wide. But it's dead, Philly. It's using up another vital few seconds here.
Yeah, it's dead. It's a good thing about it, but great opportunity there for Harry, and maybe possibly Ryan should have went himself.
The Moy crowd was appealing for a free there. Niall Conlon went to ground there as well. The Moy crowd were hoping for a free kick, but which never came, as Aaron Lynch comes again for Carrickmacross. And he's found his full forward this time. It's full forward Sean Downey with the shot, and he has dropped it short. Just when I thought they were going to get the equaliser that time, Nathan Brady collects the dropping ball short. And yeah, the Moy's in no panic now. There's just 2 minutes of this game left here. 2 minutes of normal time left, and whatever I think the referee decides to play. And as you can see, Harry Loughlin is back playing round his own full back line as well. That's the stage it has come to now. Players all playing out of possession, doing what they have to in these closing minutes to hopefully close this game out for the Moy. But you just feel Carrickmacross could still get a chance or two. So are we going to need another score? Sean Kavanagh now laying that one off. And I think that's Conal Duffy out there trying to link up with him as well. But the ball has been lost, and it's Sean who's got robbed this time. And he's fouled the Carrickmacross player. And now there's a bit of a tangle on the ground here, as Conal Duffy goes over to try and lift Aaron Murray away from Sean Kavanagh on the ground. But here come Carrickmacross again, and the Moy need to be back defending here. Carrickmacross will keep going here to the final whistle. They're going to try and forge a score some way, and we can't concede any frees because the referee now will sense too that this game is drawn to a close. And you just feel that if there's a big call to be made, it's going to be made. And the good pressure again by the Moy. Tommy McNichol now trying to keep his man at bay out there, and he's forced him back. He's forcing Carrickmacross back into his own midfield line. That's good play by the Moy defence. Excellent play. And I'm hearing now there's 3 minutes of added time. We're just about to enter added time now as Kevin O'Hanlon takes that kick. That one looks as if it could go over, but it's drifted wide as well, Philly. We're into injury time. We're 7 seconds off injury time, 3 minutes. And that's Carrickmacross's 12th wide of the game.
Yeah, Kevin O'Hanlon seems to be able to find his way through, no matter how many defenders we have back, and he'll be very unlucky when he hit that wide there. But the Moy just need to hold on for the next few minutes now, but possession is the key here.
Yeah, and we're now into injury time. You can see the clock in the background there reading 30 minutes, 18 seconds. There's 3 minutes of added time to be added on. Carrickmacross have had opportunities here to draw level, and they're going on the attack again, Philly. How much longer can we hold out here? That's the big question. It's Lynch again, setting up yet another Carrickmacross attack. And there's the substitutes on for Carrickmacross too, hoping to add a wee bit of fire to them as well. As O'Hanlon gets this shot in now, is this one gonna... And it's drifted wide as well. Well, Philly, someone's looking down at us right now here, because, I mean, that's now 13 wides for Carrickmacross. A lot of them haven't come in this second half. And, well...
Yeah, definitely very lucky from the wide count, you know, but Carrickmacross getting the ball far too easily around the middle there.
You just wonder now, there's still 2 minutes. You know, we just can't keep hanging on like this. You feel the score from Carrickmacross will come if we give them another couple of opportunities like this. So let's see who can win the ball at midfield. We need to win it, and Ryan Coleman does exactly that. A big win. He got a cheer there as if he had just scored a winning point there again, because the Moy crowd knew how important that ball won, and we have won a free there. Well done, Harry Loughlin, and winning that free for the Moy as well. So this should use up the next few seconds. We shouldn't be in any panic to take this free. It's 45 metres out. I'm sure Sean Kavanagh is going to straight up and try and have a poke at this one. It's worth a go. And I'd like to see this one going dead, fella.
Oh, definitely let it see it going dead. I'm not sure what the clock is there now, but it can't be too long left here, and we just want to see this. Well, I'd like to see it going over the bar.
About a minute and a half, fella. There's just over about a minute and a half, roughly. As Sean lines this one up. He's on the 45 metre line. He's swung it. He's hit it well, has he? Oh, it's just went wide as well. So the Moy has added to their wide count. That's 9 wides, but it did go dead. It was a fine enough effort by Sean, which just didn't quite make it, but there's still only a point in this game, so it is going right down to the wire. Who's going to win possession here? It's Carrickmacross wins it. It's McEnany, the captain. He takes a big hit there as well for his troubles from Colin Kavanagh. And here go Carrickmacross again, Philly. This one is going to go right down to the very last seconds here as James Conlon tries to make his way up, but good pressure by the Moy defence. The crowd, the noise now in the stand is almost deafening. Carrickmacross crowd willing their team on, the Moy willing their team on as well here. They just want them to hold out for a few more seconds, and further history could be made. We're only seconds away now from a potential Ulster semi-final. Can we do it? What a day this would be as well, to add to the Tyrone title which we won just a couple of weeks ago. The whistles from the crowd saying, come on ref, blow it up here. But as Carrickmacross, they're going to find an opening here some way, are they? O'Hanlon plays it through. He has found his man. The shot comes in. It's hit off the upright. Oh my goodness, the Moy's nerves. Charles McQuaid has got it. And as the referee blowing the final whistle, the Moy arms are going up. It's a win, Philly. We've done it. Charles McQuaid is the man with the ball. The ball came off the upright. That sums up Carrickmacross's day. Oh my goodness. We just had that ounce of luck at the end there, Philly, to hold on, but we deserved our luck. What a victory by the Moy, fella.
Very lucky, very lucky. Yeah, it was hard work for the Moy, surely, yeah, but Carrickmacross had serious possession there in that second half and got a lot of ball around the middle and kicked a lot of wides and hit the upright twice, and twice Charles McQuaid caught the ball to feed out. It's usually Colin Kavanagh back there feeding up, and on this occasion it was Charles McQuaid, and that was a very, I'd say if Carrickmacross had got possession there, he would have given them another pop at it. So down to the wire again, and the Moy's definitely allowed to work on going into the next game.
Absolutely, Philly, but we're there anyway, and it's a fine win for the Moy on a scoreline of 9 points to 1-5, low scoring, but we're through to the Ulster semi-final. We look forward to that one.